Hi Sue. Sorry I've taken so long getting back to you on this. I've only just been able to get to my phone to record it. So origin of the species, or as Donald Trump would call it, the oranges of the species. Here's the initial chord shape. Now the intro is the same chords as the verses, so that makes it nice and easy. So we've got your middle finger on the 5th fret of the A, your ring finger is on the 6th fret of the D string, and your index finger is on the 4th fret of the G string, and it just works its way down. And actually, when I think about it, probably doesn't even need that finger, but I put it there anyway so that if I accidentally hit it, it's at least going to sound right, because you're alternating on this chord between the bass E and the D, so it just goes. So thumb, pluck 3, does that hammer on when you get to the E, then B7th, and that's just pulling off on the 2nd fret of the treble E. And when I go to put the little finger on the 2nd fret of the B string, I also move the middle finger across to the 2nd fret of the E string. So it goes back to there, then that one goes up to the 4th fret. So it's again that same hammer on the E, and then it does a hammer on the B string at 2nd fret. So then it does the same thing on the B7th again, which I always think sounds wrong. It seems to me that it has an extra B7th bar on it, but anyway, that's what Chris plays. It just does slightly different. So it starts off the same. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it starts off with the pull-off. Does a bend on the 3rd fret of the B string. So that's your intro, and it's also the chords for the verse. So it goes, I'll play the intro and a single verse. So. Eve told Adam, snakes, I've had 'em. Let's get out of here. Go raise this family someplace out of town. Well, he left the garden just in time, with the landlord cussing right behind, and headed east and finally settled down. One thing led to another. Now that's an A7th chord, so it's just coming out of the bar shape at the 5th fret there, but all you're playing is that much of it, so bar across the 5th fret on 4 strings, and that there, and then you're alternating between the A and the D string. One thing led to another. Something, something, something. So this is a D7th chord here. It's just like, an E7th. It's like the D7th shape that you'd play down there, moved up there and there, which allows you to play those, the bass E and the E on the D string. So, and playing that, the bar of that goes, just lets off the treble E string. So. Now what that is, sounds tricky, it's not tricky at all. It's just an F sharp chord, if you were playing it like that with your thumb around the back of the neck, but instead of it laying down there, I'm lifting it up, so I've got the treble E string open, which effectively makes it an F sharp 7th with the flat 7th on the treble E, being the treble E note on the E string. So you've got, and it does that little run. Hang on, I'm going to have to go from the A. That's the second part of that B7th that you played in the intro. So then it goes back up here. Does the same again. Second B7th, which I also still think doesn't sound right. Then it does another verse. Everything's exactly the same. Then it goes to an instrumental in the middle, which just goes to the 4 chord. So you're still just playing that A7 shape. And this is dead easy too. Don't stress about it. It's easy. So you're playing that A7th, and then all you do is lay your little finger, or that one if you want. I use the little finger across the B and treble E strings. And it's just, I'm playing the same picking pattern with my right hand, which is then down to the E7th, that D7th shape there. Letting that off to give you that open E, then again the F sharp 7th, nothing new. Now then, because he does all the tapping stuff with his feet, which I'm not doing, when I come back to finish this instrumental off and I'm going back to the intro, the first intro chords, I do a little triplet thing. That triplet, I'm just going. Then I should have done. Now, third verse. Exactly the same as the first and second verses. That's the one about Darwin. So I mute more heavily on the bass. This is just me. You can do whatever you want with it, but and I just do a real sort of, and I go, Charlie Darwin looked so far into the way things are, caught a glimpse of God's unfolding plan. God said I'll make some DNA and they'll use it any way they may. From paramecium right up to man. They'll have sex and mix up sections of their code and make mutations. The whole thing worked like clockwork over time. Now just sit back in the shade while everyone gets laid. That's what I call intelligent design. Then it just does the little outro thing which is the same as the instrumental. So it goes, you and your captain named Felix, you're both wrapped up in that double helix. It's what I call intelligent design. I did the little triplet thing again. Chord or whatever. I hope that's not too confusing. Let me know if it is. So all the best with it.